Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to His Girls Designs. How are you guys? Just let me go ahead and just maneuver some of these cameras. Make sure you guys get the best view in the house, if possible. And I think we got it. Hopefully we did. All right. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pull myself up. And today is, what day is today? Wednesday. We're on Wednesday. We're still in the middle of the week. Look, it's been a long one. It's been the middle of the week. But God's grace, we made it to Wednesday. How are you? Thank you for joining me. My name is Maureen. My page name, my channel name is His Girls Designs. And I want to welcome you to this next 45 minutes of crafting. We're going to be turning a plain old Jane into a marvelous looking work of art. At least that's the plan. If you're with me, want to see how it's done, how we get it done from start to finish, let's go ahead and see. And we have Cheryl, we have Lori, we have Natalie and Miss Tracy. How are you? Donna Olson. How are you, friends? Thank you so much for joining on this Wednesday. And today is the third day in the month of September 2025. For those that are watching on YouTube, just in case you're watching a little later on in the years, that's when we are right now. And by the way, I keep mentioning YouTube, and that is because right now, simultaneously, you could watch also, you could jump into my YouTube channel under His Girls Designs if you want to, and you could watch the same thing. Not only that, but just want to let you know that on Facebook, where you may be watching right now, Facebook is only allowing us to put our videos, or keep our videos for about 30 minutes. 30 days, which means that in about 30 days, you will not see this video any longer. However, you could come back and check out these videos, and you will be live from the His Girls Designs on YouTube. And it will be right there, untouched from start to finish. So just want to let you know. And you could check out my playlist under fall, and you will find it right then and there. So just make sure that for future reference, that is what you may look into. And let's see, did I say hello to Cypress Designs is in the house. She was just finishing up her scarecrow. And I was watching you, but I was just getting my stuff ready. So I am so sorry. So all right, so let's go ahead and get started. And I have 20 people right now watching on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Maureen. I'm here in Tampa, Florida, all the way. My channel's name is His Girls Designs, and I am a DIYer crafter. I love creating things from everyday items, very inexpensive, and I love creating things in an elegant and neutral fashion. So if that is your gig, if that's kind of like you like to do, and very low budget, that is what we're going to be doing. All right, so we have a few people that I'm going to say hello in just a minute. We'll also be watching through Facebook through Craft from the Clock, which is a private group of crafters available to you 24/7 via live videos or replay tutorials. So that is also available to you. Thank you for those that are watching. And I'll take a look and see. Let's just say my mom told me to stop and wait. Okay, I'll read that a second. I'm getting lost in your comments. I was talking to my little brother yesterday, and my mom told me to stop. Okay. Well, congratulations. Congratulations. All right, so I'm going to be taking this. Hello, Cindy. Hello. Kelly, how are you, friends? I'm going to be taking this vase. It's a glass one, plain one. This is one of those $3 ones that are being sold right now on the Dollar Tree. Now, the Dollar Tree also has one a little smaller, about this size. Look how much. And believe it or not, one is $1.50 and one is now $3. So just letting you know, they also sell a smaller one. Thank you for those that are giving a thumbs up to this video, to this tutorial, and of course, spread the word by sharing it into social media. What are we going to be using today? Hello, Martha. And we're going to be using, besides this is what we're going to be working on. We're also going to be using air dry clay, which is here. I have today my favorite brand thus far, which is DAS, which is DAS, and it is sold available to you in many, many, many places through either regular store or online. It's very moldable, very flexible, very easy to use, and it's not hard on your hands. Not only that, but it does not dry out too quickly on you. However, because I'm going to be leaving it out, I am going to be putting a little bit of water on it, and on a damp piece of paper, and that way is going to keep it moist and not start drying out, because DAS is the name, air dry clay. It will start drying out on you if you leave it unattended or unused, just like that. All right, so let me show you the rest of the rest of the things. Hello, I did say hello to Cindy. Hi Cheryl, thank you for sprinkling, my friend. We're going to be using, and this comes in a pack just like this from Amazon. I could go ahead and put the link in the description once I finish this, because I forgot to put that on there. But it comes in a set of 4, and I paid less than $10, honestly, guys, for this. And it comes, these are just silicone moldings that you may use, and it comes in a pack of 4, and these are perfect for fall. And again, less than $10 for that. We're also going to be using just a little spatula, and we're going to be using just a little Myra's in the house. Hello, friends. Let's go say hello to her. Vintage Retail Therapy, and make sure you're following, friends. And with a little spatula and a little brush, and we're going to be using a little bit of cornstarch, and I'll tell you for that. I have a little scraper knife. Not a knife, it's kind of like a little scraper spatula. And we're going to be using brand new, straight from the company. We have Rub and Buff in the color Ebony and Gold Leaf. So this is what we're using, besides our little white paint. So let me start putting this to the side, and let's get working and tell you what the plan is going to be. So my plan for today is I'm going to be creating this, and I'm going to use this. Oh, I did forget to add my wood. You could use either wood glue or tacky glue. Those will be the choices how we're going to get these leaves on here. So we're going to be, the plan is to be taking this vase or this vase. I already did wiped all the fingerprints and got it all cleaned up with alcohol. Just rubbed alcohol and wiped it off. And that is how I got it cleaned up. Hi, V, how are you? Down a bit in Florida yet? Yes, I am. I live in Florida. Anyways, and then we're going to use our air dry clay. And here are the moldings. What we're going to be doing to the moldings is a simple prepping. We're going to be getting our cornstarch, and we're going to do a quick dusting. The reason why we do that is just to allow it to release. Once you're ready to take out this modeling clay, air dry clay, is going to come off fairly quickly. Once you, the cornstarch is not going to allow it to stick, right? So now, oh, the temperature. The temperature is not, it's been raining in the evenings, so because of that, it keeps the temperature a little bit down. That's why I'm not sweating it off yet. All right, so I'm going to be dusting every single one of these off. And once you dust it, you don't need to leave so much of that air dry clay on the cast. We're going to just dust it off and just remove the excess. It's doing its job. I like to open it up like this and just make sure that we're getting it, especially those little small crevices. We just like getting it on there, on the smaller pieces, and that way, it just find that it releases a lot quicker. Okay, so once we got that going, I'm gonna close this up so we don't have a huge mess here. And Miss Deb's Creative Craft and Gift Solutions is in the house. Hello, friend. Friends, make sure that we are saying hello to our crafter friends and that we are following them, right? All right, so I'm going to take a little piece at a time. Remember, my thing fell off. But this is the air dry clay that I am using. I have used another one. I'm not too fond of it. It's a little bit drier on the drier side. So I like using this one, going back to this, but this is my last of piece of it. All right, so I'm gonna take small pieces. I'm gonna go ahead and cover this, kind of like the way that you will cover a dough, you know, from when you are making your pizza or, you know, whatever you're making. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll it up, put it into a ball, and I'm going to start just grabbing some pieces, more or less what I think I may be using on each little piece here. The biggest one for the biggest. Okay, so now with my fingers, I'm going to just go ahead and work it, baby. Work it, baby. And just make sure that we're putting it all in there. If that was not enough, go ahead and get a little bit more, but it should pretty much be. You'll gauge, your fingers will gauge it. Okay, so we want it to be all inside our mold. Once I do that, I'm going to come back and I'm going to flatten it just with my little scraper. Just flatten it. The whole idea and the whole thing is that we don't want it to be too lumpy. We want it to be nice and flat on the back, and that is because we are going to be putting on a flat surface. So how's everyone today? Wednesday, I saw Debbie from Second Hands Creations, and she was thinking that today was Thursday, and tomorrow will be Friday. I'm like, I'll get you. I get you, girl. I get you. I am. It's been one of those long weeks, guys. I haven't had a day off in the past almost 2 weeks. I haven't had a day off, like a full day off, and I am craving one badly. All right, so here it is. This, you could see this one has a lumpiness. I have to remove all of that. So first I'm going to make sure that it's all in there. And as I remove it, notice that what I'm doing, I'm creating that pressure. Hello, my friend Vicky. How are you, friend? How are you today? You guys, the last time I was here was Monday. And I will not be here probably for the rest, will not be here for the rest of the week. As I said, I am working, and my next day off will be Sunday. So I'm working a double Thursday, and I'm working a double Friday. So it's one of those days that I barely get to see my children, let alone any one of you. So and today was one of those days that I had, like, it's been nonstop. So, you know, we have busy weeks, busy days. Well, today is one of those for me. I'm leaving it right on there for now while I'm creating the rest of them. Now, the reason why I'm using this and not resin, I could tell you right now, what I'm using air dry clay and not resin or not hot glue, which is a form of resin, is because... Hold on a second. Is because I need this to be a little bit more moldable. Look what I just did. I just pushed it all back. Ay, 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 ay. Canta y no llores, porque cantando se alegra el cielito lindo, los corazones. Sorry, just remember that song. And what was I saying? I'm gonna go ahead and push it in, and I'm going to take it, I'm gonna just slide it right down so that way I could stop getting too much out. Here we go. So yes, I really need it to be flat, and I need them to be moldable because we're going to turn them into curves. We're going to curve them. Texas Breeze Creations, how are you, friend? Thank you for being here, all of you crafting sisters. You guys are awesome. Thank you for your support. By the way, the trip to Pennsylvania is coming up here in Craft from the Clock. Unfortunately, I will not be attending this year. I think, I'm going to be honest, I think PTSD or fear, I want to say, took the best of me, in the sense of, listen, you guys, we're in the peak season of hurricanes. here in Florida. And I'm like, with what we experienced last year, I'm really hesitant to leave. All right, let's go ahead and work these babies. Let's get them off of our mold. And here it is. And if you want to see them, go ahead and bring it straight up to you. Look at all of that. See that? Look at all of that detail. You guys, it is beautiful. How easy it is. It's nice and flat. It's gonna just leave it there. I'm gonna do the same thing to the next one. See how easy it becomes to just get it off. Look at this beauty. Look at that. Look at all the detail. For less than $10 is this little set, you guys. I'm not trying to sell it to you. I'm not selling it. I'm just telling you that this is what I got. I'm gonna release. This one is a little bit on the thinner side, at least when it comes to the leaves. I'll show you. Here we go. You bring this straight close to you. Look at that. Different types of leaves. They have maple, elm, oak. And I think that's as much as I may know my big old trees. I'm going to get this one out. This one, I think, did I put it a little bit? I might put this one a little bit thinner. So, trying to save it, being that it is. I'm gonna redo this one. Oh, I know what happened. This one was the one that I removed it, and I did not. I removed it, and I did not put cornstarch back, so it became a little bit hard. So now you see the reason why we need the cornstarch. Let's try this baby again. So do you see what happened? It just didn't get enough cornstarch, and it kind of just broke as I was pulling it out. Thank you, B. I have you on Facebook and on YouTube. Girl, you are popping hot today. Yes, the air dry clay is that. Did I forget to say it? No, I think I did. This is the brand. This is how it looks like, the air dry clay. Honestly, I have used Jovi is the other brand that I have used. It's a lot drier. It's a lot budget friendly, but to be honest with you, I was not impressed. I am going to, now that this air dry clay finished, I am looking into some other ones to buy, just because I want to try different ones. I saw somebody putting a post that recommended another brand. I'll order it. It's about $13, and I'll order it and see how it goes. Okay, here we go. Putting it down on my dry surface and removing it. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, so I'm going to leave those there. And we're going to do this, and I'm sorry just to be repetitive. We're going to just do it really quickly one more time. This time I'm not going to talk so much, just because now you know what the deal is. So we're going to do this one more time. And that is because the only reason why I'm doing it is because it will allow me to cover or to have options when it comes to putting it on the vase. And you'll see, we will not be painting the vase or the vase, however you want to say it. It's a Target or Target, you know what it is. So, so we're not going to be painting it. We're going to leave it see-through glass. We are going to be painting our leaves in just a minute. So, I remove my excess here, and we're going to do this real quickly one more time. Have you tried, is it Boss? Ball? It's a BOHS. I have not. But thank you for mentioning it. Have you tried it? This is something that you like. You like Sculpey Play. Thank you for telling me the different names, you guys. I'm really just giving different brands a try. And if you're one of those brands and would like to give me a, sponsor me, or, would like me to try your brand, I would love to. I would love to. And give you a review. If you send a free one my way. Because I do use a lot of it. I think we all go through phases when it comes to our crafting. And this is the latest phase that I am in. And I am loving it. I am loving it. Thank you so much, B. That is. Thank you for being in both places, friend. You know what's funny? I went ahead and put my YouTube, and if I did not add any description after the live, and I don't know if people are just curious, but I had quite a lot of views after that. And when I add my description, it seems like I don't have a lot of takers. Thank you for the hearts, friend. And I don't have a lot of takers when I do add my description. So I'm just like, are you just here because you're curious? It's really good. Okay. Do you just buy it through certain retailers, or can I buy it? Can I find it online with ease? Because sometimes they have certain approved vendors. So just would love to know. Be interested. As I said, I do use a lot of it. And right now my molding paste it's also done, so that's another purchase that it's gotta be done. All right, look how quickly, look how easy, super easy. I have a little tiny bit here that needs to be removed. Give me 1 second, and I remove this little tiny little bit there. And yeah, I use quite a lot of it, so, and the more I use it, the more I fall in love with it. You guys, I have some really nice, I don't know if you saw the last canvas that I did here with you. I'm loving it, and I want to make more of it. So I have a couple of canvases. By the way, my daughter, who is an art major, just introduced me to canvas pads, 100% cotton canvas pads, and it actually comes like a paper pad. And in Amazon, thank you. The last flower on the wood board, thank you. It was beautiful. Thank you, Patty. Good morning. Good evening. Good morning. I don't even know what time it is. It is late. That I know. Good evening, my friend. And what was I saying? Yeah, so she introduced me to 100% cotton canvas pads. And because she's doing right now a painting class, college. And I'm just learning. I'm just learning, learning the different kinds of the different kinds. Oh, this one is not wanting to release. You know what? I'm going to skip this one. This one gives me a little bit of a hard time. I don't know if it's not deep enough, so it becomes very, very thin, and it breaks easily. So anyway, so I'm just kind of learning. She's doing basically an oil painting class. I've never painted with oil paints. And today we just purchased, it should be arriving this week. We just purchased an actual easel, like an actual big size easel that goes like this, like this, or it could go like flat, completely flat. I mean, it's a nice wooden easel. So, I mean, you know that you are all into crafting once you buy a big old, almost $200 easel. But yeah, so that was really fun. I'm excited for her. The things, guys, I'm gonna take pictures of the things that she makes, that she paints. I mean, if you think some of my stuff is pretty, you are. I mean, the girl. If the Lord gifted me with some talents, I mean, you all. it was, the talent was like poured down big time in that girl. Um, so anyways, I'm glad that at least I could say I contribute somewhat to it, because she has watched all my life, all of her life, you know, mama do things. But I don't think, you know, hers is, you know, when you have, hey Amanda, how are you, friend? You know, when you have talent that is innate, that's talent that, you know, it's just raw talent, that it's just all given, you know, God given. That's what it is. That's hers. Anyways, so that girl has been drawing. Guys, I could show you the drawings since she was like 3 and 4 years old. I mean, they were, I saved them. I have, you know, I have, what do you call that? I have laminated them because they were just incredible. I mean, she was 3 and 4. When you have more time, you can put the molds in the freezer for the thinner clay and set up before release. So this, I put this one, Carol, in the freezer. Interesting. I never, first time I hear that. Thank you for telling me. All right, so we're going to take these leaves, which is now have a total of, let's see, 2, 4, 6, and 7. Wish that I had 10, but this is what we're going to be working on with them. So the first thing that I'm going to do is that I'm going to be very quickly painting them in white, and that will give them, take away the clay look somewhat, and we're gonna just paint them quickly with white. I'm going to be using a thinner, longer bristle block brush, and that is, you see how it just gives you, see how it has the spring to it? That's what you're looking for. See how I'm bending and it comes back up. See, it bend, comes back up. That is what you're looking for. That way it's not going to create the pressure and press down on your mold, on your cast, I'm sorry, that is all wet. It's going to release. So the minute that you lift up a little bit your hand, is going to come up. It's not going to be pressing down. So we're going to go ahead and quickly, I'm just going to go ahead and very quickly and very kind of like featherly like, we're going to just brush them. Kind of like featherly like, you know, just gently brush. I am using a pearl paint, white paint, which is kind of like a little bit of that little tiny sheen to it. And I love using that because it's kind of like a little bit of the glossy without the gloss. You know what I mean? And it's not like all the way, glam. It just kind of gives you like a little bit of a nice look when the light hits it in different ways. And, you know, it kind of catches your eye. So it's a little bit of that white, and it's not a heavy white, it's more of a translucent white, by the way. So it's not 100% coverage, and this one is from Folk Art. It's not 100% coverage. It's going to give you more of that kind of like, you know, translucent, you know, white, kind of like what a pearl basically would look like. So I'm just kind of like very quickly, featherly, painting it in like a feathery manner. Very, very gentle, because all of these pieces are wet. They're wet. They have not had a chance to dry. So I'm gonna let them be there. We don't want to disturb what we have just created. I did say hello to Amanda. Let's see, anybody else? All right, if you're watching me for the first time, I so appreciate that. If you like what you're seeing, there's gonna be more of it coming. And so if you like what you see, it'll appreciate. It takes you no time and no effort at all, other than just to subscribe, like and subscribe. It takes no effort on your part, just, you know, and it makes the world of a difference on my end. So appreciate if you could bless me in that way. Those of you that share us into your social media pages, thank you. You're a gift, not just to me, for all of the crafters, all of us that make a presence in social media. Today was one of those days that I honestly, there was no posting for me. I am so sorry. We're having super like non-stop day, you guys. I woke up at 5:30 5:30 in the morning. And since Danny's being on go, 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 I was out the door this morning, 6:35. I was out the door, and he's being honestly nonstop. All right, so we're gonna give this a real quick drying, um, really quickly. And today we're going to have, in about 15 minutes, we're gonna have brown eyed girls crafting. Lisa is coming right after me, so she'll be a little bit on the late night side. So if you're watching on the eastern side, she'll stay out for her, please. And she'll be your night girl today. We gotta go check out today. I mean, we are like a scarecrow, so many scarecrows today being made. So it just kind of reminds you that we are in the middle of fall, you all. We are in the middle of fall. I'm sure that your daughter has your talent. Oh, thank you. Don't you say one more time that you got yours from your grandma? Yes, ma'am. You know, we come from a my family, even though I'm from Colombia, as in South America, and third world country, you guys, we're poor. They're poor, you know, they're poor. Honestly, I grew up, you know, poor. We're poor, okay. And creativity. It takes creativity because to be able to. By the way, this is what I'm doing right now. Just using the glue to start adding some glue onto my pieces. So anyway, so then, you know, we're poor, honestly. So we are hold on. So then we, you know, to be creative, it takes true creativity when you're poor to be creative, because you're, you know, you're creating out of practically nothing. You're practically creating out of air, you know, with just things that you find in nature, honestly. My grandmother was a seamstress. Growing up, she made most of our clothing. My mother, as well, she was the one, the doily that I used last week. She made that, you know, and she's very resourceful. My aunts, I have several aunts. The one, you know, that I grew up with, because my mother was a single mom, she was, I mean, she has done everything from sewing to baking to teaching classes to, you know, I mean, it was just, it's been one thing after the other. So I have an aunt right now who's making this beautiful crochet shirts with crochet kind of items. This is in Colombia, so in South America. So anyways, we come from a great line of crafters and makers. And I can't just say this was one thing. Crafters and makers. All right, you guys. So I'm going to be taking a very thick synthetic brush. And when I'm talking about thick, I want those. It's kind of like it's one of those white brushes that usually come white. The bristles are usually white, and they're the thick synthetic. This is the one that is going to be, it's going to be hard, and the reason why is because I'm going to just go ahead and apply it. Use it to apply my my glue. I'm using some tacky glue, and I'm using to apply my glue. And the reason why we want it to be that hard is because the glue is thick. The glue is thick. We want it to not kind of fall apart when we are moving around this paint, this thick paint. We don't want big clumps of glue, so that's why I'm just brushing it in the back of it. I did flip my leaves, and I'm brushing them. And I don't want my brush to be falling apart as I'm moving the thick glue around. I am also using a brush instead of something else. You could use your finger. It's your God-given tool. You could use your finger, but I'm using a brush just because it keeps my hands clean, and it's also giving me a light coat of the glue. So the glue that I'm using is the Aleene's, what was it? Aleene's, or Aleene's, however you want to say it. tacky glue. That thing has been around forever. I've been crafting since I was 15, 14, 15 and years old. And honestly, that glue was already a good glue. So it's been around forever. I am 45, so I've been crafting for 30 years on and off. On and off, on and off. That's how I used to pay. You put the link to the t-shirts today. Okay. Thank you, V, for sharing me. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something else. I forgot. I'm just rambling because I have about what 10 minutes exactly before Lisa Brown Out Girl Crafting is going to be coming and delight us with her wonderful talent. And she is the night one, so be sure that you stay up, give her a little bit of your view, your like, your engagement as well. All right, so now I'm ready to put this on here, and they're not fully dry, and there's a few things that I'm going to do first. Okay, Mike Speedy, how are you? I'm going to start with the two large leaves. I'm going to bring them up. I'm going to start with that one. Trying to put one on either side. See that? I'm pressing it down, but I'm pressing it down gently. I'm going to go ahead and put one perhaps towards the top. And I'm not putting them standing up. I want it to look like falling leaves on the vase or the vase. Yeah, thank you for all of those hearts, guys. Those of you that are visiting before you leave, would you please make sure that you're subscribing, following this channel, this page. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm trying to spread them around. As I said, I wish that I had 10 or 12, but I only have about 8, I think, if I counted them correctly. See why we needed them to be made out of clay. That way, they're able to mold. However we need them to. Notice that the tacky glue is letting them, they're not rolling off on us. They're staying put. There. Let's put some around here. Just pressing them, dabbing them gently. I think around 1 here. And look at that, you guys. Actually, you know, this amount was not too bad. See that? It looks like fallen leaves. Hello, Kingdom Acres friend. How are you? Howdy, howdy. See, you still have a nice see-through vase or vase. Now, what else are we going to do to it? Not much, actually. Now comes the pretty part, and which I'm going to be using. Believe it or not, we have a black, which is ebony, and we have some gold leaf. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take. Now these are still wet, so I'm only, to be honest with you, I'm probably going to do. Also for my time restriction, I'm only going to do perhaps about 1 or 2. Just because I kind of want them to fully dry. This is a brand new one. So, oh, that's the gold one. I'm going to start with the black one first. I think the glass and the black and a little hint of gold, I think is going to give a great touch. Not only that, but it already has white on here. So now I'm going to use another one of those feathery brushes. I am putting my rub and buff with this, and the reason is, you guys, because we're still, as I said, we're still wet, and I don't want the pressure of my fingers to, you know, add or destroy anything. Let's start with the big one, remember. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of saturate it on my brush. I'm going to go ahead and just be gently. Then just brush it. I think something like this, if you're doing kind of like a wedding or a special event, I think this is lovely. You could still use flowers. You could put a candle inside. It's nice and see-through. So one of a kind. And it gives you a nice, beautiful, elegant effect. So here it is. See the difference? If I was using, and this was dry, and I'll be using my buffer, it would be even better. It will be 100 times better. So I'm going to concentrate a little bit also on the edges. Make it a little bit darker there. So yeah, so if you have some type of event, you guys, I will recommend doing something like this. Anything that brings, you know, lighting. And not only that, but, you know, these glass faces are cheap. You could also, you know, people could also try to get rid of them. So now you don't have to do them black and white. I mean, that's totally, completely up to you. That's just what I'm going for. Going a little bit heavier on this one because this one is a thicker, chunkier leaf. And I think it's going to, you know, hold the abuse that I'm giving it with the brush. There it is. See that? Now, it's totally up to you. I will, to be honest with you, I will go a little bit darker on it, because then the minute that I add my gold, which I'm going to do it right now, because I want you to see it. Let me see. I'm going to go ahead and just add a little bit more of the black. Especially in this thicker, chunkier one. The minute I do, you know, you will add your gold to it, and, you know, let's watch it go wild before our eyes. So here is my gold leaf, is this one. I'm going to use my pinky because I think it gives the least amount of pressure. I'm just going to go ahead and touch just very, very, just the top part of our leaf. Very little pressure. I'm going to show you up close and you could see the difference. Whoops, Daisy, hold on, I'm fine. There. See that? See that? I'm not sure if the lighting will let you see. See that? We just did this one. See? So this vase is going to continue, and I'm going to continue here on YouTube. I'm going to finish it. So you're going to I'm just letting you know not to jump into YouTube right now. We want to go back to Lisa, but just so that you can know that if you're looking for the entire video from start to finish, you're always going to be able to find it on YouTube under the playlist under His Girls Designs, which is my channel's name, and you're going to go into the description, the playlist, which is fall and you'll be able to find it there. If I once I start adding more videos to it, and if I need to make up, you know, full pumpkin or full leaves, then I'll separate it like that. But right now, as of right now, it was under fall, so you could check that out. Make sure that they'll be easier to find. And of course, you could check out the rest of the videos and lots of more ideas. All right. So thank you so much for watching me on Facebook. I'm going to stay on YouTube, so please don't go. Thank you so much for watching me on Facebook. And may God bless you. May God keep you. Make his face shine upon you. May God grant you his peace. You're going to have fun with the bake, what is it? Fake bake item. Sorry, it's like 3 words. But anyways, you're gonna have fun on Friday. But and I will see you next week. May God bless you. Have a wonderful night. Adios. And you guys stay tuned right here. Good night, guys. Stay tuned. I'm gonna go ahead and let you finish and watch it. Let me just dismiss here. Done. And we'll go ahead and move this over. So now this black that I have right here with the air, it dries. I'm gonna go ahead and bring you a little bit closer. Let me see if this allows me to bring you closer. Oh, there it is. Okay, that way you guys can see this a little, get a closer view. So the only thing about Robin Buff is that with the air, it dries up. So I'll try it in the chunkier. Have another chunky one here. Oh, there's this glue. Hold on, slow down. Let me put it. It dropped just a little bit, I guess, as I was touching it. So I'm going to bring it back up. And with that glue that's here, don't worry, it's going to, with alcohol, you'll be able to get rid of it. The air dry clay is, as you could see, drying up a little bit better. So I'm going to really trying to use my finger, just because I think if I go heavier on the black, you will see a little bit more dramatic effect once I add the gold to it. Not only that, but then you see the crevices in between. You see the white, that pearly white. So I think it's going to be wonderful. See how much heavier I went, and you could see a lot more of the details. Oh, good. Okay, I'm now going to take my other finger, whatever is clean here. I'm going to go ahead and just hit it with the gold. And when I'm hitting it with the gold, I mean, I'm just going to be just here and there. We don't want it to go too much on top of the black, because otherwise we're not getting, of course, that difference, right? So look at that. Okay, the black, the gold, and it becomes kind of like a brassy look. What do you think? Let me know. Do you like it? All right, listen. We could talk here, so let me know in the comments. All right, so some of them kind of slipped down a little bit, so you're gonna push them back up. You know, it's kind of like the babies. You know, the babies here, the tatas. You know, it's just gravity. Push them down. All right, so I'm going to. This has become a little bit too hard for me to kind of maneuver. I think I could do a better job if I just put a little bit more. And let's see if we work it. Work it. I'm gonna try the finger this time. See if that does the trick a little bit better. Ooh, I went really heavy on this one. Went really heavy. And I'm okay with that. This new one that I purchased, it comes with a little buffing, a couple of buffing cloths. So I'm gonna try to take one and kind of just buff off a little bit more. Take my other gold finger. We'll have a black finger and a gold finger, and just come. I think that was a little bit too heavy, but that's okay. You know, the good thing about this Robin Buff is that if I think it's went too heavy with the gold, I could come back and hold on. To remove some of my finger. There. Could come back with the black and kind of hit it on top of that. And you know, it balances out. It balances out. Which is not something that you could do with paint. It's like it dries practically instantly. So there it is. So we have this brass looking leaves. So I hope that I got a gold finger and a black finger. I do. Look at that, you know. And I'm not giving you the middle finger. Look at that. See? This one and this one. um, all right, so now this is a thin one. I mean, it didn't hold a lot of the air dry clay. At least the cast didn't. So it's a thinner. So I got to be a little bit more on the softer side with this one. Now take my brush, kind of use a little buffer in a way, just to try to get into the smaller crevices. See how black that is? Gonna go back, so I'm just don't want my black to kind of dry out. So I'm gonna try to come back over here, and I'll go back to the other ones and hit them with the gold. And listen, this is all it is. There's no bow, no bow, no flowers. It's just this, I think, to be, when you're trying to be, elegant in your designs, in your decor, sometimes less is more, guys. Trust it. Sometimes less is more. Thank you for all of you that are joining. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. That will make such a world of a difference to me. Gonna go back. I'm going to just hit the ones that are already here because I don't want my Robin Buff to continue to dry out. So, because it does dry out. So that's why you use little bits at a time. Don't ever put too much Robin Buff on the surface where you're working. Do little tiny bits because it dries out on you. It dries out quickly. There it is. This time I'm just putting on the tip of my finger, and I'm just going to just take off whatever I needed. See how pretty that is? Even if you leave them in black and white, you guys, it's still beautiful. If you don't have Robin Buff, what can you use? If you have wax, by the way, even if you have, remember that even that, the one that you shine your shoes with, that's also wax. So, try even that if you have that available instead. Gotta learn to be resourceful. Now imagine this, by the way, you don't have to just do it for fall. Imagine this if you're doing it for Christmas. What do you think is something that we could put on a vase like this, in a vase like this during Christmas time? Hollies, if you have molds of cast of a holly, I would say that would be so pretty. Pine cones, perhaps. So, I love when I love a certain project, I love thinking of all the ways that I could use them, right? That I could kind of recreate it in different themes. Look how pretty that is. Some are lighter, some are darker, some are heavier in black, some look brassier. So, and of course, remember, you could put a candle inside. You could put flowers inside. You could imagine if this was filled out, perhaps even with like gourds, the like tiny, or acorns, or leaves. So put them on your table. Make it part of your tablescape for fall. As I said, you could use them to decorate an event. So just throwing lots of ideas for free there. All right, I think this baby is done, you guys. I wish that I had some type of candle here. And you guys, I would just, gonna hit this one with the black a little bit more on the edges. There, I'm gonna put a little bit of black, and once you add the black and the gold, you guys, what you're creating is a brass. which is very in right now in the decor. Kind of like that antique gold. There it is. That's all it is. We're gonna let this baby dry. Once I dry, instead, because now I've been having it this way. Once I dry, put it to dry, I'm gonna put it to dry upside down, and that way we are kind of balancing our gravity in a way. So that way, because this one is already starting to come down a little bit, so we'll just balance gravity in a way by putting it upside down as it dries. Once it's fully dry, and it's going to cure, what I'm saying dry is because the air clay, it's air dry clay is going to take, believe it or not, it could take anywhere from 24, usually a lot more, to 48 hours to fully dry. It depends. What it's going to depend on your color tissue papers. Yes, that's right. Imagine with some twinkling lights inside as well, right? Poinsettias, this. You guys are full of great ideas. Let's see, like using the colors of the candy corn. Yes, that'd be awesome too. B, those are great suggestions, great ideas. Thank you for sharing those. Yes, pretty brass gold leaves. By the way, you guys, take your rub and buff, get some leaves from outside, and brush them. Make sure that they're clean. Make sure you don't have any bugs in there. But anyways, brush them with a little bit of rub and buff and use them to decorate. You don't have to be buying everything from the store. Just, nature, God gives us beautiful things from nature. So just to turn and bring that season into your house. So, put some rub and buff. Rub and buff is pretty cheap, guys. So order one and you will not, honestly, you will not go back. And so I'm gonna let this dry. Once it's fully dry, it's 24 to 48 hours. To be safe, wait until 20 to your 48 hours. Take some alcohol, and clean your vase, your vase really well. Take some Q-tip, if anything. Take some Q-tip and just get into the little crevices to remove any of the glue that had, as they kind of fall and slip a little bit. So do not use hot glue to glue your leaves. It will come off because the leaves are wet. The clay is wet. So just want to give you that idea. So, but other than that, we're gonna wait until this dries so that I could show you and take some pictures of it and see all the different fun. And you guys, this is something that you could easily see. I mean, it looks very upscale once it's going to be finished. At least I hope so. I had a fun night with you guys, and I think we have some lots of new friends, hopefully. So don't forget, subscribe before you go and give it a thumbs up. And I hope this was helpful and very inspirational. And I hope you get up there and go and use your God-given talent, because it makes a world of a difference. All right. All right, may God bless you, may God keep you, make his face shine upon you, may God grant you his peace, may help you have a wonderful rest of your week. I will see you next week for a little bit more crafting. See, I'm putting it upside down so you can dry. Have a good one, guys. Any questions? We're good? All right, adios. Let me bring this closer.